And we say good morning to you. Welcome. We're live again at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom at the number one Chevy dealer in the state of Tennessee. Right here, and they're having a great October. We'll tell you why. I got some great deals going on right now for you, especially if you like trucks, if you like Silverado crew cabs, Lawsy, Mercy, Equinoxes, the Trax all on sale, the Cruises, the Malibus, the Sonics, and the Sparks. All those are just some of the vehicles. You got them on sale here again at Champion Chevrolet as we're here live again on this Thursday, October the 12th. Countdown to Christmas down to 73 days till Christmas. 73 days till Christmas. Doesn't feel like Christmas today. It's, nice out there. It's going to be in the 80s today and tomorrow, all the way through the weekend. A little cool down starting on Monday, but a little bit more seasonable temperatures. But for tomorrow night, high school football is going to be almost like an August football Friday night. So we'll tell you all about that coming up. We've got baseball, college football. We've got more problems coming out of Louisville, the men's basketball program. We've got young man, a former star of the NFL, in trouble, arrested on drug and battery charges. Got a lots going on, and so it's another crazy day in sports. Of course, we'll start here in just a minute with baseball. Man, as Tim and I were talking about a few minutes ago before we went on air, how about the Yankees? Goodness gracious, what about a resilient team? And Joe Girardi and the Yankees put themselves into the hunt now. Defeating the Twins in that wild card game and eliminating the eliminating the Indians to move into a chance to go and play for the American League pennant and get to the World Series starting this weekend in Houston. Of course, on the other side of the ledger, it are the Dodgers, like a Cheshire cat, just sitting there waiting for either the Cubs or the Nationals. Last night, the Cubbies and the Nationals, Washington wins it to force a Game 5 back in Washington this afternoon. So that winner will start with the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium this weekend. So we're about to get down to the Final Four in Major League Baseball. It's an exciting time, so we'll tell you all about that a little bit later on in depth. Also, we've got, as we said, high school football tomorrow night. We've got the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show tonight at 6 o'clock right here inside the studio, inside the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to hear from Joe Vento with a Bucks preview on the road at Western Carolina. Chris McCall gets the week off because the Hokies are off this week. Kevin Harmon to break down the much-needed win for the Tennessee Volunteers against the South Carolina Gamecocks. Not going to be easy. I don't care if you change quarterbacks or not. It's not going to be easy, and we'll let Kevin kind of sum that up for us. Also going to be joined by Carmichael with the top 5 college football games of the week on the national scene. Doug Fritz to tell us about all the big high school football games coming up tomorrow night. And then, of course, we will talk to Dave Angie, our co-host, and he'll tell us all about what's going on tonight with the Region 1 6A football games as we are winding it down. Playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks, so we've hit that point where every game, every snap of the ball is extra critical because we're looking at playoffs for a lot of the teams and eliminating teams from the playoffs in some situations. So every game is important, and so we will do that again a little bit later on the show. Coming up on the show, Karen Hubbs joins us by phone. The Goliath and the Gorge, the big obstacle course run coming up this weekend at Doe River Gorge. We're going to be joined by phone from her just here in just a little while. Carmichael joins us. Also, Sean Whitten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. The game, I think, in the area tomorrow night. Number 1, Greenville in Elizabethton, take on number 4, the Cyclones, the orange and black and the Cyclone Nation. So we'll talk to Coach Whitten about that big game coming up here in just a little while. Carmichael at the top of the hour, Dave Angie from the News and Neighbor going to come by and talk a little sports. And then, of course, he's back. He's in the saddle. Andy Dietrich, the co-owner of Champion Chevrolet. Andy is in the house, and he'll join us coming up a little bit later on. And we hope that the lovely Kristen Martin will be in the house with us as well from the internet sales side of things here at Champion Chevrolet. So lots going on. Our 612th show. Tomorrow we're going to be at Food City on the road, Food City and Volunteer Parkway. Big sale going on this week at Food City tomorrow. It's a one-day, Friday the 13th, Lucky Friday sale is what they're calling it. So we'll be at Food City on the Volunteer Parkway tomorrow, broadcasting live. Monday we'll be at American Import and Auto Repair. Tuesday, Movement Mortgage, the brand new location for Jeremy Livesey. So all that going on, but big week of college football. The Hokies are off, so Chris gets a week off of chatting this week. The Bucks on the road to Western Carolina and Tennessee in a must-win situation. As I said, in my humble opinion, the first half of the game on Saturday determines the rest of the season for the Tennessee Volunteers. With a week off, getting hammered by Georgia, playing South Carolina team they have I think a pretty good shot of beating. But if they come out and lay an egg in that first half, it got to set the tone. I think if they don't come out a little fire in their belly on Saturday, I think that's going to kind of put a stamp on the season for 2017, but that's just me. Quick break, we'll be right back. We are here thanks to Grip Energy Drink. We love the Grip Energy Drink, and we were chugging down a root beer before we went on the air, so I'm all about grip. We'll tell you all about that as the show unfolds. And there's our title sponsor of the show. Of course, in behind us, you see that great banner that Cleta's made, the Champion Chevrolet banner here inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll jump in and go. We'll talk Major League Baseball. How about them Yankees? We'll tell you all about that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Shows. We're live again at Champion Chevrolet. And we want to, again, start our show as we always do by dedicating it to the man who hung on the cross. Here's the verse. Wait on me. I will show you my ways. I will teach you my paths. I will lead you in truth. I am the God of your salvation. Quick break. Baseball next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 612. And they said it wouldn't last. Here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live at Champion Chevrolet.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop. So it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Champion Chevrolet, again on the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball. First off, the National League. Dusty Baker, the national manager, says, quote, "This is hero time." Boy, did he ever. We're talking about Steven Strasburg, his start yesterday in Game 4 against the Cubs. Dusty Baker chose those words before Game 3 to characterize Max Scherzer's return start after a hamstring injury, but also the big start for Steven Strasburg after being sick for days and trying various antibiotics to kick it. Strasburg City woke up yesterday morning, called pitching coach Mike Maddox, and says, let's do it. We got to get going. All he did is go out and strike out 12 Cub batters across 7 innings, many of those punch-outs coming via a devastating changeup the Cub batters just could not solve, and so a heck of a ball game for Strasburg and the Nationals. Spent much of his time between innings just trying to stay warm. It was a cool, rainy day, of course, in Chicago at Wrigley Field. In the batting cage, tried to stay warm in behind the visitors' dugout. In the meantime, his teammates were struggling to score against Jake Arrieta and John Lester, producing only 1 run until Michael Taylor, like that guy, he got to be good. Great last name. Michael Taylor's grand slam off Wade Davis blew the game open in the 8th inning. Strasburg's outing bettered his Game 1 start when he threw 5 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball. So he forces a Game 7 tonight, 8:08 first pitch in Washington. Will be the Nationals. Tanner Roark on the mound. They'll have Scherzer in the bullpen if need be. So Tanner Roark will go for the Nationals, and Kyle Hendricks will go for the Cubbies tonight. 8:08 first pitch. Everything else has been decided, so we're waiting on that winner to move on to the next round for the League Championship Series. But again, Strasburg striking out 12 Cubs across 7 innings, and again the game blown wide open with the Wade Davis grand salami. And so the Nationals win it, as we said, and move on to the 5th and deciding game. And so that game, again, yesterday was a 5-0 win, shutout win by the Nationals over the Cubbies. Again, the 5th and deciding game tonight, that'll be going on, as we said, at 8:08 from Washington, D.C. In the American League, man, oh man, oh man, how about the Yankees? They have made some noise. Yankees defeated the Indians 5-2 on Wednesday to win the 2nd American League Division Series in 5 games. Brett Gardner iced New York's 3-2 lead in the 9th inning by plating 2 runs with a single on his 12th pitch of an at-bat against closer Cody Allen. So, again, New York lost the series' first 2 games, fought back to win 3 straight against the defending American League champs, who will enter the 2018 season with a 70-year championship drought. Still no championship for the Indians. With a loss, they became the first 100-win team to blow a 2-game lead in a divisional series since the A's did it back in 2001. So something they got to think about all season long, the offseason. So a 70-year championship drought now for the Indians. Let me read that again. The first 100-win team. These guys won over 100 this year. It was a team to beat. At one point set a major league record for consecutive wins. First 100-win team to blow a 2-game lead in a divisional series since the 2001 Oakland Athletics. So CC Sabathia turning back the clock kind of showed some of his brilliance back when he won the Cy Young Award back in 2007, becoming the first pitcher in postseason history with 9+ strikeouts and fewer than 5 innings pitched. So it was a heck of an outing by CC Sabathia. Corey Kluber may win the American League Cy Young Award, but he picked the wrong time to lose command. He allowed just 4 earned runs with 50 strikeouts in 43 innings in September. 4 earned runs, 50 strikeouts in 43 innings in September, but he allowed 9 earned runs in just 6 1/3 innings in the postseason, so did not do what they wanted him to do. And, of course, the big blow for the Yankees was Didi Gregorius bashing 2 early home runs off Kluber. And so these guys are the deal. The Yankees have caught fire. It's a game of momentum, and the Yankees certainly have it heading off to Houston. Game 1 will be tomorrow in Houston between the Yankees and the Astros. This, of course, becomes the best of 7 now, the League Championship Series. And then that'll be on Friday. Saturday, it'll be either the Cubs or the Nationals in L.A. to battle the Dodgers for the National League Championship Series, it too being a best of 7. The World Series schedule will start on October the 24th, and so it's set for tonight. Kyle Hendricks will go again for the Cubs, and Tanner Roark with Max Scherzer coming out of the bullpen. Dusty Baker says we got to do whatever. I mean, there is no tomorrow. This is it. You got to do what you got to do to win the games. We'll throw anybody and everybody out of the Nationals pitching rotation to get a W to move on, and the Cubs will do the same thing. Yesterday they used Arrieta and John Lester, so you got to figure they'll throw anybody they can too. They got to. This is it. Tied at 2 in the best of 5. Winner goes on. The loser is done for in 2017. Quick break. We'll check in with Karen Hubbs. We're live here again at Champion Chevrolet. Coming up in a little while, my man Andy Dietrich, also Sean Witten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, joining us in a little while as well. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Thula Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the parts. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. You see there on the screen on the phone our dear friend Karen Hubbs with Goliath in the Gorge, or Goliath at the Gorge. Good morning, Sunshine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing fantastic. What a beautiful day today. What a beautiful day in a forecast on Saturday for Goliath at the Gorge. You've got a record number of runners. It's all good. So for folks out there going, what are we talking about? Again, give us an overview of what's happening on Saturday at Doe River Gorge.
Well, the Goose Chase, our company, as well as former staff members at Doe River Gorge, we all teamed up and we created the closest thing to a Spartan and a Tough Mudder in the Tri-Cities area. And it's we're saying it's the toughest, Northeast Tennessee's toughest race. And we have 3 races that actually will take place on Saturday. We have a kids race that starts at 9:45, and then immediately following we start a 5K. And then at about 10:30ish, we'll start a 10K. And so we've got about 300 people in all those races combined, of course. And we're excited. And afterwards, all the runners can stay and enjoy the fall fun family festival. Too many F's there at Doe River Gorge. And they're going to have train rides and Unimog ride, and they can do rock climbing and all sorts of different things. But it's going to be a fun weekend at Doe River Gorge, and we want to invite everybody to come out.
Absolutely. It's going to be a beautiful day. As we said, it looks like it's going to be in the upper 70s to low 80s on Saturday. So Goliath at the Gorge. Again, this is an obstacle course race. So tell us about that. This is very unique to the area.
It is. Our 5K, we have about 19 obstacles that they will participate in, everything from tire flips to climbing over some wooden walls. And then we have this epic mud obstacle at the very end that they'll have to go through, and that part alone is a lot of fun. We actually, some of our crew did that about a week ago. And then the 10K, which is actually that's the toughest race. That's the one. That's for those hardcore CrossFit runners, athletes. And basically, in the first 2 miles, they're going to climb almost to the tip top of one of the mountains at Doe River, and about 700 feet in elevation, carrying a 20-pound log. So the name toughest is definitely we're gonna try our best to make that actual true. And then after they finish that, all the runners, there's a portion of the lake that they have to go through. It's only waist deep. It's not that big of a deal in case you can't swim. But and then they'll also cross the river. And, of course, Doe River Gorge has several tunnels that they take a train through. And a portion of the 10K course will actually go through that section. And they'll go down the railroad tracks of the gorge, and then they'll cross the river by a rope. So it's pretty neat. And then there's just different obstacles, everything from, like I said, tire flips. They'll jump over some fire. They'll crawl through some sand. We try to get all the elements covered in this one.
All this coming up again this is awesome. Coming up on Saturday, and you've used the word Goliath for a reason. You've kind of brought the biblical side of things. Tell me about why it's named Goliath at the Gorge.
Well, you look at the biggest warrior in the Bible, and of course it was the Goliath, or it was Goliath, and so even the wars for the first place in the male and female category for that 10K, if you happen to win that, you're going to actually get, what we can find is the closest thing to a helmet that Goliath actually wore. So it's actually you saw it. It's a real life helmet. And, they'll get that as their trophy, and then of course there's some other trophies that'll be given out to the other second, third place, masters, and then all the age groups will also get awards. Those top winners. And then the top 3 kids for boys and the girls will also get a little trophy as well. And everybody will get a unique little T-shirt and a finisher's medal. So it's going to be a fun race. And, we try to bring a certain caliber of expertise to our races. And I think you'll see that come this Saturday. We have lots of staff and volunteers that's going to be along the course. We're out there today actually getting the course ready and getting obstacles put together. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're all excited. We're excited to see how people enjoy it.
And it continues to grow. You've got more runners. Again, it continues to grow from year to year, and so you got more numbers than last year. That's awesome.
Yes, and we actually hope next year we triple the numbers from this year. And I think once people see what we have ready for them, they'll do it. 2 years ago, obstacle course races was the fastest growing sport in the United States, and so that was one of the reasons we wanted to create this race here. And what better place than Doe River Gorge? And if you compare our price point to the Spartan and Tough Mudder, we're a fraction of the cost compared to what you have to do when you go to those big ones. And we've had people that done all of those, and when they compare ours, we're equivalent. So we're excited, and who knows what the future holds with this. We might take it to other Christian camps around the United States, and you never know.
You never know. You're exactly right. 2 days out from the event, is it too late to get registered and say that we're coming? Can we do it now? Do we have to wait till Saturday? Tell me how we can get registered.
You can go to GoliathRace.com, or of course our website, and you can register. Registration is live until 9 p.m. this evening. I wouldn't wait till 9 o'clock to register. I'd wait. We had, for some reason, during the Bluegrass Half, it shut down about 15 minutes early. So if you want to run the race, try to get registered today by 7 or 8 this evening. And then if by chance you happen to miss it, you can come to Packet Pickup, which is at the Wellness Center tomorrow from 3 to 6 at the Wellness Center in Johnson City. And then we will have a Packet Pickup registration time right before the races on Saturday. Of course, if you wait till Friday or Saturday, it's going to be a little price increase. So if you want to save some money, either go online or go by the Wellness Center and get that in, and because it will rise tomorrow. So, but you can register right before the race. That shuts down at 9:30 because we got to get all that in the system before we start our races.
Last question before I let you go. Adults are going to be running. Can kids get involved? What's the age limits to come be a part of this Saturday?
The kids race is it's 9 or 10 and under. Basically, it's for the younger kids. It's a little over a mile long course. At the 5K, you have to be over 10 years old to do that, and then to be in the 10K, you have to be 16 years or older. And we do have there are some sections that you will go in the river, and we will provide helmets and different things for the minors and different things like that. So it's going to be safe. I mean, it'll be a fun race, but I think people enjoy it. But they can go on our website, and it's open for the whole family. Just don't bring dogs or strollers. Our other races you can, but you can't for this one.
There you go.
I don't think they'll make it up the rocky terrain of Doe River.
No. Hey, great report. I know you guys are busy getting ready to set the course, so thanks for your time. We'll talk to you soon, and great job as always, and good luck on Saturday. It's going to have great weather and hopefully a great race for you. Thank you, dear.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
All right, great job. Our buddy Karen Hubbs again with us, and we thank her again live with us from Doe River Gorge here in the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go from running in the gorge to high school football. It is being tabbed the game tomorrow night. Number 1 ranked Greenville coming into Elizabethton to take on the 4th ranked Elizabethton Cyclones. They're calling it the game. It's going to be a blackout tomorrow night. All the Cyclone fans are encouraged to wear black, and so it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere. We're going to talk to the head coach. Sean Witten joins us next year from Champion Chevrolet inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet on show number 612 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Nobody sells more Chevys between Mountain City and Memphis and Champion Chevrolet, which is incredible, given the fact they beat out the Memphis and the Nashville, the Knoxville, and the Chattanooga dealerships. They just wear them out. And so we love that. We like being around winners. And I got a guy on the phone that's a definite winner. He's 93-37 at Elizabethton. Head football coach Sean Witten. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Thanks for having me again.
Yes, sir. Love having you on. I love promoting the Cyclones. And, it's the game tomorrow night. It's going to be a all-black, kind of a blackout for the fan base, the Cyclone Nation. And Greenville's going to bring a big crowd. They're #1 in the state. Elizabeth's going to be a big crowd. It's going to be an electric atmosphere tomorrow night. And on the field, two great football teams about to get after each other.
Well, that's exciting, Tom. It's Friday, October the 13th, and, we're fortunate enough, we drew this game at home for the first time playing back in the regular season, for a long time. So, we're excited about it. Our kids are excited about it. I'm sure Greenville's going to be pumped up and ready to go. They're well deserving of the ranking and the schedule that they've, what they've gone through and who they've beat and how they've done it, So, we just got to get the mindset. Our guys are going to have to be ready to compete 4-quarter football game. It's going to be a heavyweight boxing match, 15 rounds, and we're going to have to take the good with the bad. Greenville's a good football team. They're going to make some plays, and, we're going to rally back and can't get discouraged. And, we're just going to have to take one play at a time and chip away. And I think that's kind of what we do anyway when we play the big teams is we just kind of chip away, find a way to hang around and make some things happen. A lot of times it's not going to be as pretty as you want, but the end result is what most matters.
It will be the 50th time the two teams have played. The series is tied 24-24. Had one tie back in 1968, so obviously it's been a pretty even series over the years. You look at this football team, as you watch them on film, what is Greenville's strength? What do they do good offensively and defensively?
Well, there's a lot of strengths, Tom. I don't know how many weaknesses they got, but there's you just keep seeing strength. They're just well equipped at every position. As good as they are offensively, making plays. They're stingy defense. They're really good in the front four. They have some playmakers on the outside. I mean, they just do what they do really good. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They overpower you. They beat you at your wheel. They try to run you down, and they can score quick. And it's just it's just gonna be a tough contest. I mean, I think it's more mentally than it is physically. Getting yourself ready to play, find some motivation. Dig deep. It's going to really challenge you. You got to be able to sustain the effort you're going to play with in the first quarter. You're going to have to find a way to sustain that in the third and the fourth quarter. Hopefully, the biggest thing for us is we can't give them enough plays. We're going to have to. Our best defense is going to be our best offense. We're going to have to limit their plays. We can't drag the game out. We're going to have to make it a quick first half. And just be able to get in here at halftime and regroup.
On our coaches show we recorded earlier in the week, he felt like that one of the keys to the game is Elizabeth has to come out of the locker room ready to go. They can't have a slow start. They got to hit the field running and never let up and have the pedal to the metal for 4 quarters, right?
It's going to take a mighty pregame speech or something to really get them going. I mean, we have to bring Big Daddy out and give the old win one for the Gipper type pregame speech. I mean, we got the old marbles. And our kids are ready for the challenge, Tom. It's that's why you play high school football. That's why you're trying to, exist. We hope we continue to have a lot more games like this in the future. This is as big as it gets. In my 11 years here, maybe one of the better teams we've ever faced. But this is why you try to build a program. This is the work you put in all season. This is the work that we put in over the last 3 weeks. And we've changed our practice schedules up. We did a little bit of boot camp style practice over the open week, and then going in the Union, we flipped tires. We ran the stadium hill, and we pulled some sleds and did a lot of things like that. So, we just try to put our guys through a gauntlet type, workout and practice, to kind of simulate what our guys are going to go through tomorrow night. So, it's just it's exciting. It's thrilling. It's this matchup goes way back, and now we've got it back on the schedule, and there's a lot to play for. But it's just we're going to have to come out the gate and ready to play, and we're just going to have to, take one play at a time.
Special teams going to be huge in this football game for both teams. It always is, in the kicking game and the field goals and the punt team. So that's going to be a big factor. Also, the obvious will be the 12th man tomorrow night. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be, I would think, more Cyclones and Green Devil fans simply because of the home game. That plays big, and the kids feed off that. They hear the crowd and they hear the band, don't they?
Well, we got to have energy, and that energy comes from the fans and the support, and the people they're going to be. Third down is going to be a big thing for us. We've been pretty good the last several games on third down. We got to get off the field on third down, third and long situations. And our guys have got to rally, and they feed off the atmosphere. You mentioned special teams going to play a big role. Field position is critical. The other thing, Tom, is just, you know the guys on your team that are going to come ready to play. Cujo, Corey, our front four, Joe Stahl, Sam Lawrence, Jared Grindstaff. It comes down to two guys and the key role players, our corners, our safeties, our outside linebackers, our left guards, those guys in particular, the role players are the key players that, they got to sustain and play their game. They're just like Parker Hughes at safety, Drew Room at safety. Those are the guys going through Austin Outland. We talked about time and time again on our show about his speed and athleticism. He's going to have to make some plays for us. And, the other thing, too, is, Tom, we're going to have to make some tough catches. We have games where we can catch it and run with it and catch it and cut across the field and make plays. But we're going to need plays like Ryan Wetzel made against Tennessee High. He's going to go up and make some plays. We're going to have to catch the ball, secure it, and get tackled. We're going to have to catch the ball going across the middle. And that's what the good team's going to do. So I think our team's going to rise up to the challenge. We're going to put our best foot forward, and that's all we can ask of our guys.
There'll be a gentleman up in the stands tomorrow night who, again, is Elizabethton football. Your grandfather, Dave Ryder, he'll be in the stands cheering them on. And I'd say he's coaching a big game a time or two in his career, has he not?
Well, there's no question, and this is what made the rivalry great against Greenville Elizabeth was Dave Ryder and Fred Sorrells, and both of these schools and they were similar back in the old Mountain Lakes Conference, and we were in Region 1, Greenville was Region 2, and the schools were about the same size, and they built a lot of same. We were in the classifications where we were both 3A schools playing 4A, and, both teams were highly successful. So, we just, we had people on, in 09, we beat them home here in 10-0. They went on to play for the state championship in 4A, and then, we played a close game down at their place. They beat us in 2010 in the regular season. We played them in the playoffs in 13. So, the rivalry hasn't really existed lately, and just recently they got in our middle school conference, so a lot of our sophomores and freshmen played them in middle school, but so it's a good game to get back on the schedule. It's a tough game. Obviously it's a district game, so it means a lot more important than a non-conference game. So it's really going to tell ourselves a lot about our football team and things we got to get a little bit better at, and then there's a lot left to do. So our kids will regroup, they'll battle back, hope the next 48 hours will be critical time, getting off their feet, resting, sacrificing, getting a good pregame meal on the bellies, and saving that energy because we're going to need all we can get. We have to suit up some of my O-line and D-line coaches and see if I can squeak them in there as a player, too.
There you go. Hey, great report, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow night. It's going to be an electric atmosphere, and go Cyclones. That's our buddy Sean Whitten. Again, appreciate him very much. Again, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. The game tomorrow night, number 1 Elizabethton, number 1 Greenville, number 4 Elizabethton. By the way, Sean, as the head coach at Elizabethton, 79-28. Defeats and 2 ties, and again, they're currently tied at the top of the 4A conference with Greenville both at 3-0, South at 3-1, Sullivan East at 2-2, Granger 1-2, Sullivan Central 0-3, and Union County 0-4. In that conference tonight, you've got a game, Sullivan East at Sullivan South tonight in Colonial Heights. That is tonight's game. Tomorrow night, of course, Greenville, Elizabethton, Granger at Sullivan Central, Union County has the night off. We'll talk more about high school football coming up a little bit later in the show. Quick break. We'll be right back. And guess who's in the house? He's back. Andy Dietrich, co-owner of Champion Chevrolet, is going to join us coming up next. We're live inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet on show number 612 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Tom. Look at him. There he is. Back with the Tom Lewis.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
He looks so
little
cute.
feller. Yeah.
Look how nice.
Yeah, he's grown like a weed. How many
He's a
times
nice one.
He's a nice one. How many times growing up as a little kid, they pat you on the head and go, boy, he's growing like a weed.
Yeah, we need to put some blocks on his
blocks
head. I tell people I'm going to quit feeding my kids so they'll quit growing.
Oh, we're here live inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet, and we'll do the pick and panel coming up here in just a few minutes. Mr. Dietrich was second last week, in behind Mr. Copenhagen won again.
I guess he just studied a little harder than I did.
Seifert. Well, see, he went first. No, you did it over the phone. Then he came back behind and picked. So he had a little bit of a disadvantage because he already knew who you'd picked. So
I know.
This time we won't let him.
I helped him. And we both missed the Michigan State one.
Yeah, that was that threw everybody off. And he picked, of course, his Gators, and they stubbed their toe against LSU. So, but he still won. Now, you were gone last week. You went to a little beaching. Now, when you go to the beach, do you fish? Do you go pick up sand dollars? What does Andy do at the beach to relax?
Well, the weather was good, but it was very windy on the beach. We went to Charleston, and we decided after the first day sand was blowing in your eyes and stuff on the beach. So we decided the next day to have an educational day. So we went down to Patriots Point. You ever been to Patriots Point?
Yes, I used to live there. I used to live in Charleston. Yes.
You lived on the boat in Patriots Point?
I lived in North Charleston. Yeah, I know where Patriots Point is. Yeah.
So we did the aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Awesome.
And the submarine and the battleship. The kids were a little unsure, but what was crazy was we got in there. You walk upstairs on the aircraft carrier and you go into the big. It's like the hangar underneath where they store all the planes. And they're like, oh yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It's just a big room. Well, when we went down to explore the other parts of the ship, like the mess hall and the kitchen and the dental office and where they slept, I mean, they were fascinating. I couldn't keep up with them. They were just gone. And they ate it up. And then we got to go on the submarine, and they had a really, really good day.
So you would highly recommend Patriots Point as educational? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
all seriousness. And you get up on that, I guess it's a battleship aircraft carrier. I don't know if it's an aircraft carrier, but it's a battleship. The thing's huge. And, you see them in the movies and all that. If you're not around them, you don't realize how big they are.
Yeah, and it was a couple little historical things. The aircraft carrier was used in World War II and Vietnam. And then I think it was decommissioned, I think maybe in 1975, and that's when it was brought to Charleston and parked there to have tours on. And there's a battleship right next to it. I forgot the name of the battleship, but that battleship, you can go inside where the guns are on the front of the boat. You crawl in where they had 12 people in this tiny little room to operate those two big guns. And it shows a video. They were bombed by kamikaze. And just the destruction, but it was like the battleship that would never sink. It had been hit so many times, and it was still in operation. And also, if you haven't been, you need to go, because the submarine, I've been on it. It's been 6, 7, 8 years ago, but that submarine is rusting bad on the outside. So I don't know how long they can keep that up. But it's neat crawling through there. I could never fit. If I couldn't, you really couldn't fit on a submarine. But it was tight width-wise for my shoulders, and I had to duck down.
But it was a cool trip.
Oh yeah, it was good. We did mostly just beach. Yeah. Hang out on the beach. I mean, every day you were out there, you looked basically each direction, and nobody else was on the beach
which is awesome,
for a mile.
So it was true R&R, which is what you did.
Yeah, and we took it was Haley and I, 4 kids. Each of our kids took a friend, so they had a big old time.
Large time on fall break. We're talking to our buddy Andy Dietrich, who's back, and it's truck month at Champion Chevrolet. So we'll get into the pick. He's back. We're getting to the picking panel just to say, do you want to do it so you can hear, or you don't care?
Let's go and do it, and we'll see if he'll act like he's not hearing, but he'll hear it.
He'll hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. South Carolina, Tennessee.
I'm going to say Tennessee. I don't feel very good about the rest of the season, but I'm going to be optimistic.
All right. Texas Tech at West Virginia.
I bet he still hears us. He's not even looking at you, and you're probably reading lips.
Texas Tech and West Virginia.
I'm going to say Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, okay.
He's smiling now. Look at him over there.
He's hearing. Auburn LSU.
I'm going to say Auburn.
Auburn, okay. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet's Truck Month here in the month of October. Texas A&M and Florida.
I'm going to say Florida.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about the crew captain.
Everybody's walking by looking at us. Like, what are they doing over there?
While they whisper, Utah, Southern Cal.
I'm going to say Utah.
Okay. So that way Tim won't hear. All right, high school picks, Greenville, Elizabethton.
Oh, that's going to be a good game. I've seen Greenville play.
Not too loud.
And they're a machine. I'm going to say Greenville.
All right. Dobbins, Bennett, Hardin Valley. You want to take DB?
Yeah.
Okay. Alma Mater. Boone, Cocke County.
I'm going to say Cocke County.
All right. You got North and Happy Valley.
I'm going to say Happy Valley.
Okay. Is he watching?
I'm watching. He's not looking over here.
Tennessee High, Crockett.
What is going to happen with that game?
I don't know. 2 teams going to show up, and beyond that, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen. It's a shame because the kids are suffering for it. But
hey, there's just players saying that they're not coming.
I know. So,
I'm going to say Crockett.
Okay. Okay, we're live here at Champion Chevrolet. It's Truck Month again.
We're back.
We're back. We are back. We're back. It's Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet, and so we're glad to be back here. We've got 0% APR for 72 months. What in the world is this all about? That's a heck of a deal. Tell me about it.
In lieu of some of the rebates, they have 0% for 72 on most 2017 Chevrolet Silverados. So what we do in that instant is we look at the rebates that we have, and based off what the banks are willing to do with the rebates and showing you what a rate and term is with the rebates and discounts, and then we'll take the rebates away and show you what 0% for 72 will do for you, and then you can decide which one is better for you. 0% for 72, if you're planning on keeping your vehicle 5-6 years, you might be better off 0% for 72. A lot of people like trading every couple of years. You may want to take the discount and rebate up front and get rates are still really, really, really low. We've got over 20 banks and credit unions in-house that we can do financing with, so we'll look at and see which best way for you. But if you decide to do the rebates and discounts, we still have $11,000 off Crew Cab All-Stars. We've got $4,500 off 2017 Traxxas. 2018 Equinox is $6,000 off MSRP. 25% off Sonics and Sparks, and 23% off Cruises and Malibus. We also do, if you look at our paper ad that will be out, I guess, tomorrow, we have a large selection, which we haven't had this large before, but we've started to have a large selection of Cadillac certified pre-owns, which it goes through a rigorous inspection in our service department. Once it's completed and passed, when it's certified, you get 6 years, 100,000 miles limited warranty, roadside assistance for the life of the warranty, courtesy transportation for the life of the warranty, and 3-month OnStar trial. So if, maybe you say, hey, I can't afford that $50,000 Cadillac new, we may have one that's $31,000 certified pre-owned, so you get this big old warranty with it and all these extra little perks. It's been through a rigorous inspection. It might be what you're looking for. So I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Cadillac certified pre-owns right now.
Certified means they go, as you said, you put them through the ringer.
Yes, Cadillac has a sheet, and it has everything that has to be done to that car, and little boxes have to be checked once it's inspected, and it's like double or triple stacked in rows on there, the things that you have to go over and make sure that car is impeccable.
And you have to before you can put it out.
Right, and if it's something we can't fix, or if it's something that doesn't pass, we will not certify it.
Just that simple. So
yeah.
Cadillac certified pre-owns, again, you got, what you say, 7. You've got a couple of CTSs,
yeah,
an Escalade, a SRX Luxury.
Yeah, CTSs, and
what is an SRX Luxury? Is that
the SRX Luxury? SRX is now it's called the XT5, but it's the smaller SUV.
Okay.
It has 2 rows of seats. And it changed a year ago to it's now called an XT5, but a luxury package is means the big sunroof on it that goes from the front seat all the way through to the back seat, and it's got, I believe, heated seats with it too, I think, on the luxury package, which makes it a luxury package.
We are again live here inside the studio, inside the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Carmichael joins us coming up here in just a few minutes. Dave Angie at the bottom of the hour, and then we'll wrap it up with the ladies in the house.
Hopefully.
Krista Martin.
I see her over there, but she's been hopping today.
She's been hopping today. She's moving the machines, which is good. That's the goal, right? That's the
right. I mean, you are here, but business comes first.
Sure, absolutely. I totally get that. I expect that.
I mean, I told the 7 people waiting on me over there to wait because you're more important. But no, I'm just kidding.
No,
full of it.
Commerce
Full of
comes
it
first. I totally get that.
Yes, business first.
Crew Cab All-Stars, $11,000 as soon as you walk in that door off MSRP. It's incredible. And
I've still got, these are 17 models. We still have over 200 Silverado 1500s to choose from, double cabs, crew cabs, regular cabs, and we've got the biggest selection is off on these $11,000 off ones. So it's not like we have one sitting out there. I've got
a bunch,
2 or 3 rows full,
ready to move.
Yes.
I noticed, I guess it was Monday, I was checking out the Weather Channel, and they said, made me think of trucks. They have a big snowstorm up in Colorado and Wyoming.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. You got the wildfires in California. You've got the snowstorms
I'm glad we live here.
Oh, yeah. Traffic being snarled, but it tells me that winter's not that far away, and that's really when it kind of gets people.
The Farmer's Almanac said we're going to have an awful winter here.
I know. I
mean, so you better come in and buy these four-wheel drives now.
That's what I thought
Get
about.
Prepared.
That's where I was
The
headed.
Boy Scout motto, always be prepared.
Prepared. So there you go. Then you've got, before I let you go, you got the 17 Cruises and the Malibus, 23% off MSRP. These are 17s. The 2017 Sonic and the Sparks. Give me a selling points on a Spark. What is a Spark?
The Spark is the smallest car that we make. If you need a vehicle that's between $10,000 and $20,000 and you want a low payment, something that gets 30 to 40 miles per gallon, that has lots of airbags and lots of other little technological goodies in it, they cram it, pack this small little car, and it's great for if you do a lot of around town driving, and that's where most of your miles are, or if you're a student. Easy to park, parallel park. It's just a great little car.
There you go. And you got a 25% off the sticker, the 2017 Spark LS. Again, MSRP, fourth of it right off the bat, and you walk in the door. So can't beat it.
How do they do that?
How do they do that? Leaving you asking, how do they do that? Again, Truck Month continues here at Champion, and also the Cadillac Certified Pre-Owned. You got 7 of those bad boys in the house on the lot, ready to go, ready to move them. So you like your picks? You think that's a winner chicken dinner?
I'll be honest. I'm not as confident as I was this week as I was last week.
Yeah. So
I just some of those teams I'm not sure, because we've had some upsets, and the Tennessee South Carolina game. I love Tennessee and I want them to win, and we've all just been scratching our heads.
The man's going to give us all the answers coming up next. Carmichael's here.
He's got all the answers.
We've got baseball, college football. He's got it all. A little hockey. Predators won last night on the ice. Or the other night, they escaped tonight against Dallas in Nashville. So it's all good. You ever been to a hockey game? You ever been to the Predators?
No.
Road trip.
I don't ever get out.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, we'll take on that one. We're going to go ahead and move right on, and we'll be right back in a few minutes. Or what do you want to leave us with?
Have a great day. Enjoy this beautiful weather, because snow's a-coming. Come buy your four-wheel drives now. Prepare for the zombie apocalypse now.
I shouldn't let him finish any way he wanted to. I should have taken control. So
it's all screwed up now. You might as well just go on to the commercial break and tell them you'll see them here in a few minutes.
Zombie apocalypse. We'll take a break. Carmichael's next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here are the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. We follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
I'm Tom Taylor, you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Science Hill, all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. This man right here will be a part of it coming up again tonight. Can't wait because he has all kinds of good knowledge, and that's our buddy Carmichael. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I am doing great on this Chamber of Commerce Thursday afternoon in the Tri-Cities.
You're kind of a weather guy. I was trying to remember the last time driving over. It's been this hot. We're talking the 80s again today, tomorrow, all the way through. I think it's going to start cooling down next week, but you remember the last time?
And cooling down's only like getting to maybe 70, 71.
Yeah.
I mean, staying this warm this late, it's...
You remember this?
Not quite 80, in the 70s. Usually some of our later softball tournaments that we have at the complex on the weekend, they've had good weather, but then we've had also some weekends in this time of the year where it's jacket weather and everything else. So thank goodness we've had nice weather. We're finishing up our Park and Rec soccer season. Should finish up all of our tournaments in 2 weeks, and regular season tournaments in 2 weeks. We still have about 4 more softball tournaments at the complex coming up on the weekend. So
I would think this weekend, anything you're doing outside, and tomorrow night high school football is going to be like an August Friday night. So weather's going to be great. Of course, the game tomorrow night would be Greenville Elizabeth, and we'll break that down coming up here in a second. Let's start with baseball. How about those Yankees? Even though I picked Cleveland, the strength that Cleveland had was their starting pitching and Corey Kluber. And guess what? Their starting pitching let them down. Corey Kluber killed them. Yep.
I mean, they got lucky in Game 2 because he pitched so badly, but they came back against the Yankees. But last night they didn't have an answer for Didi Gregorius. And I know the Reds, they liked what's the kid that plays there now, but they gave up on Didi Gregorius. I mean, that's just cheap in East Christmas. It's just another genius move that organization's done, and he has last 2 years he has just wore it out as a Yankee shortstop.
Let me give you the numbers for Corey Kluber. In September, this guy will probably go on to win the Cy Young Award, but in September, he had only 4 earned runs with 50 strikeouts in 43 innings. That's how effective he was, Kluber, in the regular season. In the postseason, what did he do? Corey Kluber allowed 9 earned runs in just 6 1/3 innings this postseason. He was touched up early in both of his starts, and Cleveland suffered because of it. In fact, they got 2 home runs off of him this series. So, yes, the guy they counted on, the money man, did not deliver, and the team kind of followed. So it's a 70-year championship drought. Again, the Indians become the first 100-win team to blow a 2-game lead in a divisional series since the A's did it back in 2001. So a lot of head scratching today in Cleveland.
And it has to be, because this was a team a lot of people really thought either would win the American League championship or would give Houston a fight in the championship. And their starting pitching couldn't get them, especially when they got that 2-0 lead, those last 3 games, their starting pitching couldn't get them to where they could get it to their bullpen at the end of the game. Their bullpen was effective. In the Yankees' case, they got a great performance last night of Sabathia. I mean, he was almost like the CC Sabathia of old. He was good enough to get them to their bullpen, which to me, that besides Aaron Judge and Gregorius, that's the Yankees' strength, is their bullpen. If they can keep a game close 5-6 innings to the 5th or 6th, they turn to the bullpen, it's usually lights out.
So, speaking of Sabathia, again, they're talking about he looked like back in the 2007 year when he won the Cy Young. He struck out 9 with 2 earned runs and 4 1/3. So, Yankees move on, open up a series this weekend in Houston against the Astros, who disposed, since we've had Carmichael on last week, disposed of the Red Sox, ultimately costing John Farrell his job in Boston. So, let's talk about the Astros. Obviously, they got a lot of momentum waiting now for the Yankees this weekend. What went wrong for Boston? And who do you, if you're Dombrowski, the GM, the president for the Red Sox, who do you go get as a manager?
Well, and it's going to be a tough thing, because you had a guy who won the division the last 2 years, and you fire him because he gets beat, in the playoffs. And granted, it went 4 games. It very easily could have been a 3-game sweep. I mean, Mookie Betts in Sunday's game made just a tremendous catch of Josh Reddick. Almost was a 3-run homer where he went into the stands and took it away, and took a game that was at that time 3-0, could have been 6-0, and Boston was able to come back, get the win, but then fell the next day. I just don't know. Go back outside the organization. Who are they going to get? I don't know where. There's really no talk right now of who may take that job, but it's going to be a difficult decision. What's Boston going to do with David Price? That's another decision. Boston's got some decisions to make, especially in their pitching staff, what they're going to do. They've got some young hitters in their lineup that are still young, still not in contract years, but they've got to do a better job in their pitching. It wasn't unexpected that Houston won. Houston was the team we talked about the very first of the season. And we were talking about right before the season started on that Sunday, Monday, Houston may be winning the American League this year. And I think the Yankees played them close a couple of times during the season. They only played the 2 series, 1 series in New York, 1 series in Houston. But I just like Houston's bats so much better. And that they've got somebody like Justin Verlander that can get in there and get game. They're going to go game 1, game 4, and then maybe game 7. So I like Houston to win, probably in 6.
We're talking to Carmichael. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet on this Thursday. Beautiful day, as he said, a Chamber of Commerce day. A beautiful day outside. Good day to get in here and check out, again, these Champion Chevrolet deals. $11,000 off MSRP on a 2017 Silverado Crew Cab All-Star pickup truck. $11,000 as you walk in this door, right off of MSRP. And the sales are reflecting this special this weekend, or this month, I should say. It's been a good week so far, a busy start to the month, although we're can't really say start, we're into the 12th day of the month. We're a third of the way through. Strasburg, let's switch gears. Dusty Baker said it's hero time yesterday, and it was. Strasburg, coming out of sick bay, strikes out 12 batters across 7 innings. Again, with apparently, I didn't get a chance to see it, but a devastating changeup. Again, you look at a guy, Michael Taylor. Got to be good with that last name, Michael Taylor. Grand salami off Wade Davis, blew the game open in the 8th inning. They go back and play Game 5 tonight Tanner Rourke against Kyle Hendricks for all the marbles in the National League between the Cubs and the Nationals. How do you like this one tonight?
Well, I picked Washington to win. I thought their starting pitching would do the job against the Cubs. Mr. Roark, as I like to call him, Mr. Roark. If you ever watch the movie Time to Kill, where the female, her name was Roark, so ever since then he has done well at times this year. He's an underrated. When you think about Washington, you think about the big three of their staff, but he has been just an underrated pitcher with their staff. Washington going home, a chance to get into the National League Finals. I like them to win tonight.
There you go. You like the Nationals?
I like the Nationals.
Then they would, waiting in the wings, will be a Saturday start at Dodger Stadium for the best of 7 National League Championship Series. The Dodgers and either the Cubs or you say the Nationals. So if it gets to the Nationals and the Dodgers, who will you like there?
I still like the Nationals. I think because if they get to that, they'll be able to get their pitching set up to where they're able to throw Scherzer, Strasburg, and go with Gonzalez and go with their strength. Kershaw has been just more. He's been human in the playoffs. In the regular season, Clayton Kershaw's been one of the greatest pitchers of this last probably 20 years. But when he gets in the playoffs, he's just mere mortal. And I think Washington has got the bats. The Dodgers played much better than they did in late August and September against the Diamondbacks. I really thought the Diamondbacks had the momentum and would be able to take the Dodgers out, but the Dodgers played well in that series. But I like Washington. If they can get through tonight, I like them to win the National League pennant this year.
By this time next Thursday, they will have played 3 or 4 games in the National League Series, and Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so another 4 games under your belt in the American League Championship Series, both best of 7. So it's Houston and the Yankees starting in Houston. That'll be tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, the Dodgers hosting either the Cubs or the Nationals. Again, that's going to be decided tonight. As we said, 8:08 first pitch in Washington. Picking panel, here we go. Let's see what he did last week. Not so good. Mr. Copenhagen was our winner last week. So it's a four-horse race every week just for kicks. And so Tennessee and South Carolina. Who do you like there?
South Carolina.
Ooh. Let's talk about the Big Orange. They got problems.
They got problems. I mean, they got...
He didn't even hesitate. They got problems, brother.
I don't know who's in more hot water, Butch Jones or Ben McAdoo with the New York Giants. I mean, they're both on the proverbial banana peel, getting ready to slip. If you'll see a lot about Tennessee this week, if they don't come out and fight or don't come out and play with any really effort, then you make the move. I don't even give it to Alabama. I go ahead and make the change, bring a coordinator in for the rest of the season and do it. Teams are not hesitant to pull the trigger. Oregon State and Gary Anderson.
Yep.
So I think a lot will depend on Butch's future. If he loses a heartbreaker like 27-24 or something, and they really fight, I think you wait the season out, play the games out, and you wait it out. But if they go down there and get beat 27-7, 28-7, and just don't look, no effort, then it's time to make the change.
Well, I'm right there with you. In fact, I went as far as saying this morning before you got here, Tennessee, Butch's future and Tennessee's future this season is on the first half of this football game. They got embarrassed. They dogged it against UMass. They call it the UMass. They got hammered and embarrassed by Georgia, the worst defeat at home, and we know this. Been well documented, but still 112 years, that's a long time to get your butt whooped as bad as they did. You have an off week trying to right the ship, you get a guy who quits the team, you make a quarterback change, and now the starting quarterback Dorman, he's pouting, saying he's contemplating his future. Taylor gets, he's definitely suspended indefinitely, so you got all that. So in my humble opinion, Saturday, if they don't come out with a fire in their belly and just come out there blistering red hot, wanting to make a statement to the fan base and to everybody in the country, if they lollygag in the first half, to me that tells me he's lost. He may have already lost it.
He may have lost
the locker room.
Well, even in the first game, if you watch the Georgia Tech game that night, if you saw the body language with the two quarterbacks, they both go. One sits on one side, one sits on the other. Most time the quarterbacks will sit together and talk. Even the backup will talk with the starter about, hey, what's this going? They stood they look like two divas, getting ready to sit in the part. I'm like, okay, that doesn't look good. That's not the kind of body language you want to present.
I wouldn't think. No,
so
right
I think he may have lost the team, but yeah, first half, if they don't come out and show effort, and South Carolina gets up 14 or 21-0, do you even tell Butch to get on the plane, come back to Knoxville, or you tell him or hand him his own plane ticket, say you come on the next one that comes back this way?
Yep. They're playing at home. They got Tennessee at home. Let me rephrase it. They got South Carolina at home.
Well, maybe you tell Butch, your university car has been revoked. Here's $20 cab fare to get you back. There is a for sale site like Battle, like when I don't know if you were not here back then, but that was the famous thing. One of the things that helped get Bill Battle fired. Literally after they lost to North Texas University and Hayden Fry back in '76, there was a for sale sign on Bill Battle's lawn next day.
There you go.
That means somebody had. That's when you know that. And Bill didn't put the for sale sign on there.
You know you're not wanted.
You're not wanted.
Then they go to Alabama. Enough said there. That's going to get ugly. I still say Kentucky will beat them in Kentucky before all this happened. Kentucky's not a bad football team. Southern Miss back home at Missouri. LSU at home. They got problems. And Vanderbilt to wrap it up in Knoxville. It's interesting. We'll talk about the LSU game coming up in a second. We're talking to Carmichael. Texas Tech at West Virginia. Who do you like there?
I like the Mountaineers. Bounce back this week.
All right. Let's go Mountaineers. All right. Auburn at LSU.
Auburn.
You know the interesting story about this. The Mad Hatter back on the sideline Saturday. They're going to recognize the 2007 National Championship team on the sideline against Auburn, who he lost to last year in Auburn. That cost him his job. Ed Orgeron, who was on his staff at the time, is now the head coach. So I would think it'd be a little awkward for all parties involved.
Why?
Saturday.
That was a game. Why did you pick that game to honor the 2017? Why didn't you do it? Maybe that you needed to do it against like Troy or something.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have got a little bit more fired up to play Troy instead of doing it against the team that only LSU could do something like this.
The logistics of Miles' return to the field presents some possibly awkward moments. Ed Orgeron, who Miles hired in 2015 as his defensive line coach, now is heading a team Miles coached last year. Also, the fact LSU plays number 11 Auburn, whose victory over Miles last year cost him his job. Also, here's a little caveat. The fact that LSU's on the hook for Miles' buyout, they still have to pay him roughly $8 million over the next 5 years. So he's going to be on the field with members of the 07 squad at halftime as they celebrate the 10th anniversary celebration of the LSU national title. So I would think Mr. Orgeron, wouldn't that be awkward?
That would be.
I mean, if you and I were in that situation,
yeah,
you're coming back and I'm the guy that you hired, and the whole thing just. I'm like you.
Only LSU. I mean, really, why? Only LSU could do something this crazy.
I mean, you had BYU at home. Or I'm sorry, you had Chattanooga at home. That'd be the first one. I mean, that'd be the game to help get a crowd in there. Maybe it had a good crowd anyway. You had Syracuse there. You had Troy there. You got Auburn. Then later on, you got Arkansas, and then you wrap it up with Texas A&M. So you got lots of options. But why the Auburn game?
Right. So, this is a game that you should have This should have been like a non-conference game that you do.
Exactly. So. Anyway, you're taking Auburn. Florida trying to bounce back against the Aggies in the Swamp.
I like the Aggies.
Like the
that'll be
Aggies?
one. Yeah, that'll be. Actually, both those games will be on the 5 games tonight. They'll be.
We're gonna break them down with Dave Andre.
Yeah.
Good. Utah at Southern Cal.
Another one I like Southern Cal.
Like in the Trojans.
Yeah.
All right. High school picks coming up again. We're picking them for Carmichael. Greenville at Elizabethton.
I know the people in Elizabethton are fired up about this game. I've got a friend of mine whose son is Nestor Grubb plays with Nestor plays with and they say that I talked to him last night and he said it's going to be on like, as you say, Donkey Kong tomorrow night. And I hate to go against them, but I just think Greenville's probably just a little bit too much for them this year.
They're the deal, and everybody knows that. So you're going to play a very, very good football game. They're not unbeatable. Nobody is, but they're pretty dadgum good.
Can't turn the ball over, and every time you get a chance, every time you can't turn the ball over, and every time you get a chance to score a touchdown, you got to take it rather than kick a field goal.
You got to get points.
Yes,
you have to.
7 points, preferably
over, and you got to come out of the locker room and start. You can't wait and get going in the middle of the first quarter against Greenville or any team at this point of the season. You got to be on your A game coming out of the locker room. We'll see. Dobbins Bennett at Hardin Valley. What do you think?
Let's go with Hardin Valley.
All right, going with Hardin Valley in Knoxville. All right. Cocke County, Daniel Boone at Cocke County.
Let's go with Newport, Cocke County.
Going with the Fighting Cocks. So, Happy Valley playing host to Sullivan North.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley. Now, we made these picks last week, obviously, long before we knew what was getting ready to happen, or didn't know what was going to happen down in Jonesboro. So, we've got on the picking panel Tennessee High Crockett. There will be a game tomorrow night.
Tennessee High. That whole situation is just a farce. I mean, you got a guy, and this is from somebody that doesn't have a dog in the hunt. You've got a guy, I think, that wants to bring change and maybe needed change to not only the program but to the culture, not only of the football program, but maybe even the school down there. You got a lot of people in that particular part of the neck of the woods that are very reluctant to change. And right, wrong, good, bad, you can do the same thing you've done for the last 40 years, or maybe you listen to somebody, maybe you do something change. And I think it's a shame. I mean, it's the best season they've had in recent memory, and I think this is a coach that wants to do it. But I mean, that's just it's a 14-carat disaster.
I've never heard of that's good.
A 14-carat disaster.
Gene Watson had the song 14-carat mine. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
A 14-carat disaster. You're awesome. We're talking to our buddy Carmichael again. That's the pick'em panel. You can pick too. All you got to do is go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest and put yourself in the running to win $25. Raymond Tankersley did it last week, and let me show you real quick how you can do it. There it is. You go right there. TomTaylorSports.com/football. I have yet, and that's my fault. I didn't put up the last two winners. Jerry McNeil won week 4. Week 5 was Brenda Byram. No, I've got 3. Jerry McNeil, Brenda Byram, and last week Raymond Tankersley out of Kingsport. So I've got the slide I need to put up there. That's my fault. So we need to get that up there. But you can do it. All you got to do is TomTaylorSports.com/football. You have until midnight tonight to get in there. First name, last name. Your address, or not your address, your town you're from, and an email address, all I want, and we can take it from there, and maybe you can win $25. $25 is $25, and so good luck. See if you can do that tonight again for the picking panel. So Carmichael will give us his picks. Let's see, Clemson. Anybody going to have any trouble this week? Let's don't do that. We'll save that tonight for the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show.
Got the Predators played better Tuesday night. Still didn't play very well defensively. I watched Saturday night's game with Pittsburgh. They just went through the motions, and the third period was just a fight fest between the two teams. Tuesday night, flipping back and forth between the Predators and that pathetic performance of our U.S. men's national soccer team. They started out on fire, got 3 goals against the Flyers, but then defense fell apart, gave up 5, but then scored 3 late in the game, especially 2 in the last minute, and were able to pull out that 6-5 win for their first win of the season. And they've got the Dallas Stars in Nashville tonight. Dallas is a very formidable team. Former Predator Alexander Radulov, who still has a stormy relationship with the fans in Nashville, is coming back. And Dallas, with former Coach Ken Hitchcock, who led Dallas to their only Stanley Cup final win, has come back this year to finish out his career in Dallas as head coach. And Dallas is one of the favorites maybe to win, is a team that's also up there, could win the Western Conference this year and advance to the Stanley Cup finals.
We're talking to our buddy Carmichael. Again, we're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Coming up, Dave Angie. Then a little bit later on, Kristen Martin's going to join us, young lady with internet sales. Before we get out of here, Dallas tonight. Then they'll skate, just to give you a look ahead for the next couple of games. They skate against Dallas tonight at Nashville. Saturday in Chicago against the Blackhawks, and then Tuesday back home against the Colorado Avalanche.
I will be down not this coming Tuesday night for the game, but I'll be down the next Tuesday and watch them to see the Calgary game, which will be an exciting game. Calgary is one of the better young teams in the NHL, got a great young defensive core, And I'm looking, it's been years since I've seen Calgary and Nashville, so I'm looking forward to that. Be down there on some recreation business and go take the evening and go over and watch the Predators play.
We're talking to Buddy Carmichael again, the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Before I let you go, let's take a look at NASCAR. They're in Talladega this weekend. Joey Logano, your buddy, the defending champ of the race from a year ago, and Truex already punched his ticket, and things starting to tighten up a little bit in NASCAR.
It is, and you hope Martin Truex has been the dominant driver this year. I mean, by far, I think he has. I think, to me, it's been Martin Truex 1, Kyle Larson 2, Kyle Busch 3, and then the rest of the guys you can throw basically who's hot on a weekly basis. Dark horse pick to win this week in Talladega, I like possibly Ricky Stenhouse to win.
Really?
Yes.
No, well, he's won the 2 big super speedways this year. I guess that's a good reason to.
So he is he is, and to get his way into the final. And get his way into the final 8.
Here's who the guys are in for the round of 12, which is the next stop. And you got Charlotte last week, Talladega this week, then Kansas, and we move down to the round of 8. Truex has already punched his ticket by winning at Charlotte. He's in for the next round. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Matt Kenseth, and Jamie McMurray. Again, a sentimental favorite would be Junior, his last time around Talladega as a driver this year and in his career. So I don't know if he's got the horses to do that, but everybody's pulling for Junior to win it. In the truck series, Christopher Bell, Ben Rhodes have already punched their ticket to the next round. Matt Crafton, Johnny Sauter, Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Kaz Grala, and John Hunter Nemechek are your guys still. And they have 8 drivers in the truck series. The Xfinity series are down to 8. William Byron, Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler, Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custer, Brennan Poole, Ryan Reed, and Matt Tifft. Kyle Busch, the defending champ of that race, will race Saturday in Kansas. Trucks will be in Talladega along with the Cup. Truck winner a year ago was Grant Enfinger, and as we said, your buddy, Mr. Logano, is the defending champ of the race.
Cheesecake Factory boy.
Yeah, I call him that
because I told you that's we pull up to go to Valet Park at Cheesecake Factory in Atlanta. And literally, the guy is Joey Logano. I get out of the car, and I look at my wife, and I'm like, and he gets in, he hands me the ticket, and I walked away. Literally, the first one, I said, that's Joey Logano. I said, the kid looked exactly about as tall, the same curly, the whole look. Yeah. And I'm like, and when he came back out, I mean, when we came back out, he was there, and he got my ticket, and we started laughing. It's just like Cheesecake Factory. And I tipped, and it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday that they were racing. I said, well, he's going to have to hurry to get to where they're racing because he's here parking cars at the Cheesecake Factory on Buckhead in Atlanta.
We got 30 seconds before we get into your segment real quick. Bucks in Western Carolina, you and I have made a couple of trips down there when we were doing Bucks. Whitmire Stadium, Callaway. They have not forgotten not the Battle of Bristol, but the football game Bristol last year.
Yeah, and the Bucks don't remember. To me, the most memorable game in my years, either broadcasting or in the SID department there, was the year that ETSU Western throws a Hail Mary to the end zone, literally with less than a minute to go. The East Tennessee defensive back falls back to make the interception. When he does, the ball bounces off his knees, and the Western Carolina receiver is standing right above him, and he catches it for a touch. I mean, it's like, what? I mean, literally, it was just. I mean, it was like the
Keystone Cops.
Yeah, I mean, because all he had to do was pull it in. It hits his knees and it bounced straight up, and the receiver's right there in the end zone for the touchdown catch. And Western hung on because State got the ball back on the kickoff. He came back down the field in like 30 seconds, and they tried a Hail Mary of their own that went incomplete.
Our buddy Carmichael with us. Of course, he'll be joined by Dave Angie tonight by phone to give us the top 5 college games of the week and tell us why on the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Preview. Couple of things, John C. Parks and Rec, what's going on, Bob?
Super spooky Saturday, coming to Memorial Park next Saturday, October 21st, 5 to 9 o'clock. There'll be the Haunted Walk, Carnival Games, Obstacle Course, non-haunted hayride. If you do the Haunted Walk, it's $2 for that. Pumpkin Hunt, sponsored by Fender Farms, more surprises. Everything will start at 5 and go until 9 o'clock. There will be concessions there, so if you want to come, eat, just bring the kids out. It's a good atmosphere, safe atmosphere that you can take the kids out and do a little bit of early trick-or-treating. Also, Memorial Park, couple other things going on there. They are looking for a karate instructor. So if you teach karate and you're interested, they're looking for a karate instructor to coach elementary age students up to the black belt level. You can be able, if you do this, be able to set up your own day and time to do the thing. You could call 434-5758 for that. And the Dummy Mummies class, that sounds like something. The dummy. When I hear the word Dummy Mummies, I think of Hal Mummy, who was used to coach at Kentucky back in. But kids 2 to 5 are going to be invited to that. That's going to be on Monday, October 23rd, from 10 to 11 o'clock. You can go and create your own Dummy Mummy family. Just build your whole family. Butch Jones, Ed Orgeron, Ben McAdoo. Just build put them all together there.
Brian Price.
And Brian Price. Wow. And you enjoy mummy snacks at the end of the class. It's $4 per person. Register at Memorial Park up until Monday, October 16th. And for more information there, 434-5725, or go on to the Johnson City Parks and Rec website, www.myjcparks.com or .org, either one, and it will take you right to give you more information about programs at Memorial Park, Carver, and athletics.
Awesome job, my friend. By the way, we don't talk about the National Football League here anymore. There is a game tonight, Philadelphia at Carolina. I will tell you that. That's all I'm going to tell you, because I'm not interested in promoting those guys till they get it together, and I'm not sure they will. Quick break. The guy coming up next will get it together. He's our buddy Dave Angie. Thanks to Carmichael's super job as always. We'll be right back inside the studio, inside the showroom at Champion Chevrolet. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There he is. Man, look at that. Man, you are styling and profiling. I like the shirt, the turquoise. Mrs. Angie did good, right?
Yeah. That's, and you know who to credit, because I don't dress myself. I mean, you know that about me. I mean,
Yes, I met Mrs. Angie, and I know. So she's got him looking sharp today, and a little turquoise action going. Our buddy Dave Angie of the News and Neighbor, who will be co-hosting the show again tonight with me, the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview show. Can't wait. We're going to be hearing from Joe Vento talking about the Bucs at Western Carolina. Kevin Harmon sizing up the much-needed win by the Tennessee Vols. We're going to talk about that here in a second. The Vols and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Chris McCall, even though the Hokies are off this week, he's going to come in and give us a little update on the ACC, who's playing where, and Hokies will be back ready to go next week against North Carolina at Lane Stadium. Also, Doug Fritz with the high school football games. Dave will break down the Region 1 6A, the Big East, coming up tomorrow night with Hardin Valley, Dobbins Minute, and Morristown West Science Hill, and the other a game involving Bearden and
Farragut. Yeah.
Bearden and Farragut, a little cross-city rivalry in K-Town. So he'll be talking about that. Carmike will give you top 5 college football games and why for this week. And so all that's going to be right here coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview show. So we'll get into baseball here in just a second, but let's kick it in and talk about Garantano, the new quarterback now at Tennessee this week. Taylor's gone from the team, got in a fight. They've suspended him indefinitely, so we got some problems in K-Town. How big is this game coming up on Saturday for Butch Jones and the Volunteers? It's a stupid question, I know, but
I think it's huge because it's one of the few that you look at and say, it could really be winnable. There's a string of games that's going to be tough, and I think how things go going forward. And I think we talked about it a little bit last week too. I mean, it's pivotal. When you look at Tennessee and they have South Carolina ahead of them this week, and if that one doesn't go right, it's Alabama. Then it's Kentucky, which when your offense is struggling, that's a really tough defense to play against. And then if you're on a losing streak and things are going bad, Southern Miss doesn't even look that easy. So yeah, I mean, huge football game for them. I think. It's going to be something, and I don't know if a quarterback's the answer to get the offense going. I mean, it's hard to tell what it's going to take. Hopefully they made good use of the bye week. Hopefully they made better use of it than Michigan made of their bye week, and hopefully they get things together offensively. Find a way to get the ball to Kelly. I think that's the key, and be able to move it against South Carolina. Glue drives together, avoid turnovers, find a way to get a win there, and then you're legitimately looking at possibly, getting some momentum and having a chance to win 8 or 9 football games.
Talking to Dave Angie again, News and Neighbor, of course. And did I get it today? When do I get my News and Neighbor? Tomorrow?
Let's see, what is today? Thursday. You should have got it yesterday. Should have showed up. If it didn't, we'll get you one.
I have to double check. I can't remember if I got one or not.
Yeah, folks, if anybody out there doesn't get one at the house, you're out at the grocery store, take a look. We got our blue boxes out there. You can pick one up free of charge there, or you can come by the office on Sunset, and we'll be glad to fix you up.
Who's on the front page this week? That's what.
Oh, that's a good question too.
That way I'd know if I got it, because I don't know if I got it or not.
You don't know if you got your paper or not this week. Well, it's
it'll make a difference. If not, I'll go get one between now and tonight.
I'll fix you up. How about that?
He's got connections.
I'll get you a copy.
I know that. It's good stuff. Good information about Johnson City and Washington
Definitely
County.
So. A lot of good stories in there this past week. Just kind of chock full of good stuff. Also, Science Hill football fans, we got some great pictures in there. Robert Kell, is one of the best. I love his pictures, and so we kind of hooked up with him a while back and said, Robert, just send us some of your best photos every week. We'll run a photo montage of Science Hill football, and just the quality of the printing press we use. Just love the job that those guys do. Comes out crisp, very clean, color pictures of Science Hill football. So definitely that's a big plus for any sports fans out there.
Got to talk about this game, because last week it was predicted here on these airwaves that Michigan, it's a lock. Michigan State's not arrived yet, but the Wolverines stubbed their toe. So being a big Michigan guy, got to ask him what went wrong last week.
5 turnovers, I think, absolutely huge. And there's Michigan. And here's the situation there, and it's an odd, convoluted situation compared to most places around the country. They've got a running game coordinator who's also the offensive line coach. They have a passing game coordinator that coaches the quarterbacks. They brought in an offensive line coach from Indiana this past year, great coach, Greg Fry, who's done a great job everywhere he's been. He coaches the tackles and the tight ends. So you have two different coaches involved in blocking an offensive line scheme, and you have two different coaches involved in play calling, a run game coordinator and a pass game coordinator. I think what this has proven when you look at Michigan's offense over the last few years, you look at the defense is humming right along. They got a great defensive coordinator in Don Brown. I think it's kind of time to bring this experiment to an end and say, okay, we're just going to bring in a good offensive coordinator, let the offensive coordinator call the plays, run the show over there, because it just has not worked out. So I think that kind of got exposed in a very bad way against Michigan State. 5 turnovers. O'Korn, obviously a backup quarterback. He showed good, a lot of good decision-making skills against Purdue when he had to come in relief when Spate went out with an injury, and he had a bye week to get ready for Michigan State. Come in after a bye week and they can't move the football. It looked bad, and really a lot of tough games ahead. Penn State coming up after Indiana this week. Indiana's gonna be no picnic the way we're playing. So yeah, a lot needs to get done in a hurry. It's gonna be interesting to see how it all gets taken care of. But the one thing about Michigan, the reason Michigan's not kind of in the same boat some other schools are, where your eyes start wandering toward other coaching possibilities. Jim Harbaugh is really it for Michigan. I mean, any dream coach out there, I don't think would compare to the reality of having Harbaugh. I think he's the guy for it. They just need to move some things around their coaching staff and get it fixed. So hopefully they get that done quick.
Why would Indiana pick Michigan as their homecoming game? Because you think on paper that's like, that's the last team I'd want them to come in. Or they didn't know at the time when they booked the schedule they were going to be coming off a loss, but still, Michigan. It ain't like it's Troy or pick somebody, I don't know, some lackey that's coming to town.
Well,
the big boys for homecoming.
Indiana at times has a hard time drawing, fans. So they figure if they get all the alumni back in town for that weekend, they'll have a real big environment for that football game. And it's kind of, they had Ohio State in for the first week of the season. Obviously, first game, you're going to have a pretty good crowd out there for that too. So, I don't know if that played into it, just other timing. But it's a tough time to be going into Bloomington, which for a Michigan fan, it's hard to talk about being worried about a game in Bloomington when you're not talking about basketball, you're talking about football. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And the defense, I mean, I can't say enough. They had 10 starters leave that team last year. Majority of them got drafted into the NFL. Majority of them are playing in the NFL. A lot of them starting right now. But they were able to restock with young guys, and they haven't missed a beat. I mean, they're holding opponents very few points, very few yards. They're first in the country in a lot of categories. We don't turn the ball over 5 times, we probably win that football game. But it is what it is now.
Here is the Big Ten schedule just for kicks for this coming Saturday. Obviously, Michigan and Indiana, it is their homecoming. Northwestern plays at Maryland. Michigan State, the Spartans on the road to Minnesota to battle the Golden Gophers. Purdue at Wisconsin. Rutgers at Illinois. And I think this is going to be a very interesting game. I still say that Ohio State's due to stumble, and they may do it at Nebraska. This is a chance for Mike Riley for the Cornhuskers in Lincoln on a Saturday night with the Red Army in the stands. Place will be packed and they'll be rocking as they should be. I think Nebraska's going to give them all they want. I'm not so sure they won't beat them. Everybody says I'm crazy, but I'm just not enamored so far with Ohio State, and they've got to go on the road at Nebraska. Mike Riley, I don't know if he's coaching for his job, but this sure would quiet the natives if we can get this W Saturday night.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing too to see how football teams respond to this. Riley and Butch Jones. We talk about Butch Jones being in that situation too. How do teams come out? Some of them circle the wagon, some of them don't. I think Tennessee, looking at the way that they played against Georgia, didn't do a good job of circling the wagons there. They had a bye week, and that's why this week I think for them is so telling. And I think for Nebraska, all you can hope for now, you're obviously not going to have a 9 or 10 win season the way they've been playing, but you knock off somebody big, you get a signature win, it can give you all the momentum in the world. Penn State was kind of struggling along there for a while under Franklin, and nobody really took them too seriously. All of a sudden last year they go into Ohio State and get a win, and for them, they haven't missed a beat yet. I mean, I think the perception of that program in the eyes of, everybody around the country and for those guys in the locker room changed. I mean, they got elevated instantly with a big win like that. So it is an opportunity. Nebraska wins that game at home. Then they start looking at the schedule and say, hey, there's nobody on here we can't beat. We beat Ohio State. Then they get on a roll, run the table, do whatever they do, and then we're talking about Riley sticking around. I don't know, but same deal for Tennessee, and it's one of those things that the individual makeup of each team and how they respond to all the criticism from the outside, it just kind of says a lot about them. So we'll see how it turns out this week.
The picking panel. Again, we'll go down some of the games here in just a second. He and I were 8 out of 10 last week, so you want to ride with us because we did a pretty good job. We missed obviously the Michigan State.
That's
Michigan
my
game.
fault.
Yeah.
I'll run some sprints after the show.
Line drills.
Yeah.
Go run this mountain out here behind the dealership. Here's an awkward situation. I keep talking about this. Carmichael and I got a big kick out of this. Saturday, LSU's got Auburn in town.
Yeah.
All right. They're going to honor the 2007 National Championship team, which coached by, of course, former LSU coach Les Miles. He'll be there on the sidelines, 10-year anniversary, along with his team, or along with the members of the team that year. Well, the logistics go like this. Some awkward moments to be sure. Ed Orgeron, of course, who Miles hired back in 2015 as his defensive line coach, is now heading up the team that Miles coached just last year. Then the fact that they played number 11 Auburn, which is where he got beat last year at Auburn, that's when they decided to fire Les Miles. Then on top of that, if that's not enough, Miles is going to be on the sideline Saturday. They're still paying him roughly $8 million over the next 5 years in the buyout. So Les will be there on the sideline on Saturday. I would think there's just a lot of awkwardness, and he and I, Carmichael and I said, why'd they pick that game? They had all these other, at Chattanooga, they've got Texas A&M, the last game of the season. Why would they pick the Auburn game to bring Les Miles back to honor him when they're struggling, and the guy they fired and replaced him with is now on the hot seat? They're trying to get rid of him, so the whole thing is kind of squirrely to me.
Oh, boy. And I'm telling you, if you're Orgeron at the moment, and luckily for them, they beat Florida last week. I mean, my goodness, can you imagine if they didn't beat Florida and this happened? That's the big saving grace. I mean, not that everybody's looking at Orgeron any different now, but still it helps the guy. It buys you. In the SEC, that'll buy you a week, 6 days, if you go out and beat Florida. But, can you imagine Les Miles walking back into that building if you're Orgeron? It's like, man, oh man, they all want me out of here, and here's the guy they're probably sorry they got rid of, But my only question with Les Miles, I wonder if he's going to go in there and eat some of the grass from the sideline. You remember he used to do that. That was my favorite thing about Les Miles. He'd go and kind of give a taste of the grass there.
So do you think he'll be booed? Do you think he'll be cheered, given the fact that the state of LSU football? What kind of reaction? I mean, they're going to cheer him, obviously, because they won the national title. But beyond that, is this somebody they'd like to have back? I think we talked about this last week. He's 64 years old. Orgeron's buyout's $12 million. I don't see him doing it anytime soon. But does he get a hero's welcome or kind of a warm reception on Saturday? What do you think?
Seems like once you're gone, even if it's just a year, everybody warmly receives you back. And I think especially Orgeron's done him a lot of favors by playing the way he has early in the season, because now all of a sudden, last year when they were also upset, those are the good old days now, compared to what they got. I mean, it didn't seem like much then, but a guy that wins 8 or 9 games. And if you look at Phil Fulmer, this is the nearest comparison I can make, because everybody in Knoxville thought they wanted Fulmer out of there. I remember people used to call the sports talk shows, about Fulmer, and the argument was, man, what can you say about the guy? He wins 9 or 10 games a year, and they say, well, it's not the right 9 or 10 games, because he would always lose that Florida game or the Alabama game or something would happen, and then by the time Dooley rolled around, boy, 9 wins were looking pretty good. So, that's one thing. Got to keep perspective.
Let's pick this one. Auburn at 3-0 in the conference, 5-1 overall. At LSU, they're 1-1 in the conference, 4-2 overall. This is the picking panel. Again, listen to what we say. Are we taking? I got my decision. We picking Auburn or LSU coming up on Saturday?
Oh, we're picking Auburn. We're going Auburn that one. Florida. They won 3 games somehow. They won 3 games against East opponents, and everybody thought, well, maybe Florida's better than we thought. And then LSU beats them. That elevates LSU, and I think it was just 2 bad football teams last week, if you keep the whole season in perspective. So, definitely going to be Auburn.
Here's the standings, by the way, in the Southeastern Conference. In the East, Georgia 3-0, Florida 3-1, Kentucky 2-1, South Carolina 2-2, Tennessee 0-2. You have Vanderbilt 0-3 and Missouri 0-3. In the West, Alabama 3-0, Auburn 3-0, Texas A&M 2-1, LSU 1-1, Mississippi State 1-2, and Arkansas and Ole Miss at 0-2 in the Southeastern Conference. Texas A&M and Florida, we taking the Gators, taking the Aggies. This is in the swamp.
Man, oh man, this is Hot Seat Bowl, the Hot Seat Bowl here.
You think Mike Wayne's on a hot seat too?
Yeah, it's who would be the sponsor of this game? Would it be Icy Hot? The Icy Hot or
Preparation H?
Preparation H, the Hot Seat Bowl. I'm going to go with A&M because I think I just have more respect for the teams A&M has lost to than I do the teams Florida has lost to, so we'll go with A&M in that one.
Picking panel, South Carolina, Tennessee. We've taken the Big Orange, we've taken the Gamecocks. I know who I'm taking. Let's see if we are on the same page.
This is painful right here. You know, I just, the body language of that Tennessee team, the fact they're throwing another quarterback in here, I just don't get a good feeling from Tennessee right now. And I'm going to have to say South Carolina is going to get the win.
Yep, I'm going to Garnet and Black because I keep hearing, and it's beginning to, be more evident that he's lost. Here's the thing: fans can be on him, the alumni can be on him, boosters can be on him. But the bottom line, if those guys in that locker room have left him and sold out and checked out or whatever, then I don't care who they're playing, they're in trouble. And everything I can hear, I haven't been to a game, I've watched a little bit of them, but everything I can read and tell is, the team has left him. So if that's the case, and I think it is, based on the body language. Now Normandy, instead of being a champion, has been, kind of sulking and pouting, I think, the last couple of days. And Garantanu's your new quarterback. So for all that, I'm going to go South Carolina. I think they're going to beat Tennessee, and I think that'll be the nail in the coffin that's going to do it for Butch Jones. And I'm not after anybody losing their job. And, again, the guy's going to make, if they let him go, $9.5 million. So, anyway, we're going to take South Carolina. We're taking Auburn, taking Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and West Virginia on the picking panel. Mountaineers at home or the Red Raiders on the road? Who do we like?
Oh man, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of offense in this game. I'm a fan of West Virginia in this one because they're at home. Tech can put up some points, but I think I just really like what West Virginia is doing.
It's the home state. Thank you, Dave. Utah at Southern Cal, the Utes and the Trojans. Who do we take in that one?
I'm going Southern Cal in this game, and I respect Utah and the way they play football, but offensively I think USC has just a little too much.
Our pick'em panel was good except Michigan State and Florida and who did they play last? Oh,
LSU, yeah.
Other than that, we were 8 out of 10, so you better ride with us because we're doing a pretty good job as a two-headed monster. South Carolina, West Virginia, Auburn, Texas A&M, and Southern Cal in the high school picks. We're talking to Dave Angie. Baseball, how about those Yankees? They stay alive. They eliminate a team that's got a 70-year championship drought now, the Cleveland Indians, and Yankees win the wild card over the Twins, bust up of the Cleveland Indians, the defending American League champs. They're heading off to Houston. Yankees got a little mo right now.
Yeah, they definitely do. I think they lost 7 out of 8 or something like that this season to the Astros. They didn't play them that much, but when they did, they got it put to them pretty good. I remember the night when Derek Jeter got his number retired there in Yankee Stadium. It was a big celebration, and the Astros put up about 8 runs in the first inning, and ended the celebration pretty quick there. Just a potent offense. But, that being said, you look at this Cleveland team, everybody's looking at Cleveland at being in the World Series, and rightfully so. You win over 100 games, you win 20 in a row. I mean, rock solid pitching. They have everything. You check off all the boxes of what you need in the postseason in order to win. They had it, and they also had a 2-0 lead, and then it just disappeared. So it's a funny game. I think the Yankees have a lot of momentum right now. And I don't know who to give an edge to. I think this is a series that could go away. It could go 6 or 7 games, and I think in the end the Astros win it just because they have a little bit more pitching.
You also look again at the other side of the equation tonight. Game 5, 8:08 first pitch. Kyle Hendricks will go for the Cubs. Tanner Roark will start, although Dusty Baker said don't be surprised if he gets in trouble that Scherzer comes out of the bullpen. This is no holds barred. This is it. You're down to a 9-inning game to decide your season. Cubs and the Nationals tied. Winner gets the Dodgers this weekend in Dodger Stadium, game 1 of the best of 7. You like the Cubs tonight? You like the Nationals in Washington?
This has been, nip and tuck baseball back and forth between these two teams. That's a 1-0 game the other day until Washington's able to kind of break it open there with the grand slam. When it comes down to a one game, winner take all, I think it comes down to managing. And I just don't trust Dusty Baker, and I never have. And I think that, you look at Madden and his track record, he's always done a better job, and I think he's going to do a better job today and manage the pitching and do what he needs to, and I think the Cubs get the win here. When you look at how bad Bryant has played over the last couple games, statistically the guy's just due. He's due to get some hits, and I think he'll get a big hit or two. It'll be a close ball game. I just give the Cubs the slightest advantage, and they should go on and play the Dodgers. But either way, no matter who wins this series, these are two really good baseball teams playing each other in the division series. It's going to be a great series against the Dodgers in the next round.
Well, and you have 3 managerial openings now, so it is You got Detroit open, Philadelphia open, and Boston open. Is that right? I got three
The Mets,
vacancies?
I think, also, or the Mets. The Mets are open. But let me ask you this: you've been following baseball a long time. A guy wins his division 2 years in a row, wins over 90 games, and he gets fired. I mean, how does that happen? I just don't understand what they're looking for there in Boston. Okay, you don't win the division series. That happens to a lot of teams. It happens to good teams. It happened to the Indians. Do you look at getting rid of Francona? I mean, they won 10 more games than the Red Sox did, but they're, obviously heralded as a great team, and they should have been. I mean, the Red Sox are right there almost on that level. I don't know how you look at that. And this is with David Price being an absolute bust, which I don't know how you hang that on the manager. You paid that guy a ton of money. He came in, he didn't contribute, and your manager still found a way to get around that, schematically, to win over 90 games and win a division, and he gets fired. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but that one to me really doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so you got Detroit, Philadelphia, Boston, the Mets. So you got Terry Collins gone from the Mets. You've got Philadelphia's guy gone. You've got Brad Ausmus gone from Detroit, and now Farrell's gone from the Red Sox. And I don't know who's out there I know Buck Showalter was interested in Philly's managerial job, and the owner of the Orioles said no, you're not. Yeah. They asked for permission to talk, and he said, no, our guy's going to stay put, so at least for now. Yeah. So we'll see. So you got 4 openings. Got a great game coming up tonight. Yeah. Before we get out of here, we got pick up the high school pickings for the picking panel tonight, and we'll come back and come back to the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. But let's take a look. Greenville, Elizabethton. Who do we like there tomorrow night?
Greenville. I'm not ever picking against Greenville ever again in my life, because Greenville is beating the daylights out of everybody. So there you go.
There you go. Next up, Dobbins Bennett of Hardin Valley.
I like Dobbins Bennett. That's going to be a great football game, though. I really wish I could get down there and watch that one. That would be fun to see that game, because Hardin Valley, I love what they do defensively. I've always loved what Graham does offensively. He always seems to have the right offense picked out. But, that's strength on strength there, and I think it's going to make for a good football game. I'd say about 28-21, going to be a good one.
DB, again, helping to get their calls right back into the playoffs. At one point they were a little bit skeptical whether they could, but they're getting things turned around here towards the end of the season, and looks like they're going to be one of the teams to be reckoned with in postseason play. Again, you take the top 4, seeds 1 and 2 are at home, seeds 3 and 4 travel out of each district. We'll talk more about that tonight. Boone and Cock County, we taking the Fighting Cocks at home or the Trailblazers on the road?
We're going to take the Blazers in this one. I mean, Noah Shelton being healthy, just way too much. He's been really impressive this season. They talked before the year, Jeremy Jenkins, about keeping Shelton upright. And that was a big deal, and they really have done that. They've done a great job, offensive line, and just with the way they use him and the plays they run and the play calls and everything. I think Shelton, who was talking before the season, trying to get used to sliding more often and getting out of bounds instead of taking on hits, he's done a better job as well. They all need to be credited. And it really could have been a disastrous year if Shelton had gotten hurt, because, with Charlie Cole back there in the backfield, he's had a hamstring issue he's been dealing with all season long. He hasn't gotten the amount of carries they wanted him to have. So, big time for him to be playing well and being healthy, and he's going to be enough to get him over the top.
Another picking panel again, ride us. We were 80% again last week. It was 2 weeks in a row. We were 8 out of 10, so we know what we're talking about. We're a two-headed monster, and I'm going to go ahead and say tomorrow night, Happy Valley hosting Sullivan North, probably a no-brainer, but I think the Warriors up on the hill will be a victorious football team tomorrow night.
Yeah, and we were right about that game last week. What a knockdown, drag-out fight last week with Happy Valley up there against it was Johnson County, I believe. And, I like them, and they're going to win this game. And I respect what they do at Sullivan North. Man, for years, that running game, I love watching that. That's like a well-oiled machine. But, Happy Valley, I think, does just a little bit better, is a little bit better than North in a couple different areas, and that's going to get them over the top.
Last one to pick is the one we picked before the before it all came down, all the controversy at Crockett. Tomorrow night, Tennessee High at Crockett in Jonesboro. Looks like there is going to be a football game. The Pioneers are going to be on the field without their head coach, which still remains in limbo. Tennessee High, there's a lot at stake in this football game, obviously, for both teams. You like Crockett tomorrow night at home. They're going to have the inspirational momentum, if you will, or Tennessee High is going to come in and play the spoiler?
Tennessee High is going to win that ball game. It's just, they've lost some days of practice this week. There's, you talk about there's distractions and then there's distractions. I mean, when you're spending a couple days, when you spend a couple days down there, at the school board, and you got kids protesting, some practicing, some not, what a rough situation, that is. And I just think Tennessee High wins the football game. That aside, though, I mean, there's more important things than the outcome of the football game. I think I give credit to the Crockett players for banding together, and they're going to show up. They're going to play the game. And I wish Crockett well, as they move forward. It definitely has been a tough situation. It's been a tough stretch of time for them, and great community down there, and a lot of people have put a lot into the athletic programs in Crockett. They've been really successful. You look at the past 5 years with what's gone on, especially you look at boys basketball and what's happened there, and baseball, what they've been able to do, getting some big wins and doing some stuff there. It's been a good time at Crockett, and I'd like to see that continue, and I hope no matter what the outcome of this is, that they can just keep that momentum going and keep on rolling.
Got a high school game tonight, got an NFL game tonight. We don't promote the NFL except to say Philadelphia, Carolina. I do need to tell you that, but beyond that, don't care about that at all. The NFL high school game tonight, Sullivan East and Sullivan South in Colonial Heights, and that one again will go a long way as far as the situation going with Sullivan East and Sullivan South. South right now at 3-1, East at 2-2. East trying to get into the playoffs. It's almost a must-win situation for the Patriots. Can they do it tonight in Colonial Heights against the Rebels?
Man, I'll tell you, South for the past couple of years has had the worst injury luck of anybody, especially Ethan Ward, being injured so much. And, again, another guy staying healthy, and they're scoring points and they're beating people. And, I think it's all coming together for South this year, and I think it'll continue to. East had a lot of, I give them credit because they were so young coming into this season. People were worried about, whether they were going to win any football games. And, they've really, they've acquitted themselves well, but man, this is a tough challenge for them. I think it's a little bit too much. I think South will get the win, but man, just an amazing. It'll be an amazing atmosphere. I know both teams with so much on the line, and it being in the county, and the rivalry that's developed between East and South in recent years has really been fun.
There you go. Back tonight at 6 o'clock. Do it all over again. The Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. So I'm looking forward to it. We've got a lot of guys.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of guys contributing tonight. A lot of voices you'll hear about the games. And so we'll take a quick break. Come right back. We'll begin to wrap this thing up. Again, we're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Dave Ongie, good job, my friend.
All right, man. Enjoyed it.
Co-hosting the show tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll come back and close out this show right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the parts. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport. 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day.
We're back live again with the Tom Miller Sports Show, going down memory lane with some folks here in the studio. But she's here, and she is our buddy Kristen Martin again with the Internet Sales. Hello, Sunshine. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Let me get out of the way so they can see you.
Oh, goodness.
There you go. This would be the Beauty and the Beast. You know who the Beast is, and this young lady does a great job Internet Sales. So jump in there and talk. I've been watching you. Do you ever put a pedometer on to see how many steps you take? You've been all over this place.
I do. I've been running circles this morning. Had a guy
busy.
from South Carolina come over, and we've been running around crazy.
What's he looking for?
He bought the Hellcat that we had, Dodge Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 707 horsepower vehicle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Put the pedal to the metal. So he's going back to South Carolina, a happy camper. And who else you been helping this week?
I've actually been a little bit quiet this week, which is unusual. So if you guys are looking for new, pre-owned, certified, come see me because we're ready to get some stuff rocking and rolling.
Absolutely. Right in the middle of the month. And almost hitting mid-October, not too far away. Here on the 12th day of the month. So
that's it. Today's my dad's birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Papa Bear. He is. Yeah, he is. He's having a birthday today.
He is.
He is 38. How's that? Is that good?
38. That is exactly right. He'll
go.
Appreciate that.
There you go. Her daddy's 38 years old. So let's talk about internet sales. It can all start right there. You can do just about everything over the internet, right?
You can do absolutely everything over the internet other than sign and drive it away. You can get on there. We can narrow down the vehicle. We can figure out exactly what your interest rate is by doing a finance app, and then we can appraise your trade too. And we're usually really, really close on the numbers without ever even seeing it, so it makes it a real easy process.
ChampionJC.com, again, from the financial standpoint.
Yes.
I was talking to Chris last week. I had him on the show. I says, anybody you can't buy, I said, we'll get somebody. Everybody comes in, we'll get them bought. We have 20 banks and credit unions that we have access to. So you come in here, you're going to walk out of the vehicle.
Absolutely. Lynn and Chris, they do a fantastic job. They have really good relationships with the people that we use and the banks that we use, and they're able to get stuff done that we're kind of going, oh, okay, it's approved. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign right here, please.
That's it.
Yeah, and of course, we proudly bought our vehicle. I can't believe I had mine 13 months. but I bought mine here and love it and got treated like top shelf. I know Tim sold a Jeep to a young lady last week, and I saw her at the restaurant where she worked. She said, he's already called me to check and see how it's going. She goes, those guys are so nice at Champion Chevrolet. I said, well, yeah, and so is this young lady. But when they walk in, the two co-owners are sitting up front. Not.
That's unheard of.
I don't think any dealership does that.
No. I've been doing this almost 11 years. That's unheard of.
Yeah, so when you walk in, you see the two guys that make a go, and they're the ones that got their finger on the pulse, so they can make the decisions and make the deals and whatever going on. So South Carolina this week, last 2 weeks ago when you were here, was Rocky Gap, Virginia. So geographically, Chris says our area is from Roanoke down to Knoxville. That's what we call our local area, right?
That's it. That's local, right?
Yeah, that's what he says.
As long as they can be here in a few hours, that's local.
Yeah. So where's this guy from in South Carolina? You remember?
Greer, South Carolina.
Greer, South Carolina.
Right outside of Greenville.
Came in and got the Hellcat. 700 horsepower?
700. It has 2 keys. One key allows it to go somewhere between 400 and 500 horsepower. Then there's a red key that opens it up and takes it to 707 horsepower.
The magic red key.
Yeah. I said after driving it around the parking lot, I felt the need to go home and watch The Fast and the Furious.
That's awesome. So we've also got a good deal going on right now. The certified pre-owns of Cadillacs, got 7 of those Andy talked about earlier. So these go through 6-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, roadside assistance for the warranty, courtesy transportation for the life of the warranty, and a 3-month OnStar trial package. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I was watching you. The gentleman came in with the dog, and you told me where he was from back in the day. I want to say he was from North Carolina, from the beach.
They were from the coast, yes.
Yeah, but you were activating their OnStar before you sent him down the road. How does that work? OnStar, it's a 3-month trial package?
It's a 3-month trial package. We do what's called the pre-enrollment, which basically gives OnStar all of their information, lets OnStar know that they've purchased the vehicle, and then all they have to do is hit the button, do a welcome call, and they know who they are. They're like, oh, congratulations, Tom, on your new vehicle, and whatever, and then it makes it really easy. And they usually offer them some other free stuff, too. So
great stuff. Now, last week, she was off on Thursday, so she missed a picking panel, but 2 weeks ago, she whooped the boys pretty good, so let's let you try.
I appreciate you reminding them of that.
Oh, yes. It becomes a sore spot every now and then because these guys are competitive. But here we go, South Carolina, Tennessee. Who do you like?
Oh, I will be there, so I'm going to go for Tennessee, even though I know it's probably not going to happen.
All right. Texas Tech and West Virginia.
Ooh, let's go West Virginia.
Okay. Auburn at LSU.
LSU. Ooh, let's go Auburn.
Auburn, all right.
LSU's, let's go Auburn.
Texas.
My coach down at LSU, though, he bought the Suburban. I heard from him last week. He actually sent me an email to check and see how Colby's doing off at college.
So LSU, you sold a vehicle
the
to
assistant
a
coach down at LSU, yes.
It's a long way from Johnson City.
Yes, it is.
Yep, but that's, as Tim says, how did they do that? That's why they're the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Texas A&M and Florida, Gators or the Aggies?
Let's go Aggies.
Okay, and then Utah with Southern Cal.
Southern Cal.
All right. High school picks this week. Again, she won it 2 weeks ago. So you may, if you're going to do the picking panel between now and midnight tonight, where you can win $25, may want to pay attention because she won 2 weeks ago here. We have a little inside the Champion Chevrolet competition going on. She whips up on Andy pretty regular, and everybody whips up on Andy pretty regular. But Greenville at Elizabethton.
Greenville. I'd like to say go Cyclones, but we'll go Greenville.
All right. Dobbins Bennett to the Hardin Valley.
Ooh, that's tough. Gosh, that could really go either way. Let's go Hardin Valley.
All right. Let's see. Daniel Boone at Cocke County.
Boone.
All right.
I don't know much about Cocke County.
North at Happy Valley, her alma mater.
Happy Valley.
On the hill.
As the cheerleaders would say, go Woot-Yas. Woot-Yas. Warriors, but it sounded like Woot-Yas.
Woot-Yas.
I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't very nice.
Tonight, you're on. Who guys?
Woot-Yas.
Woot-Yas. Woot-Yas.
That's what it sounded like when the cheerleaders would yell it.
Happy, happy, happy up on the hill. So you're taking Happy Valley on the hill. And then you've got, of course, the game's got all the controversy around it. Tennessee High at Crockett. Who you like there?
It's such a mess. It's a shame what's going on there. Yeah, it's just very unfortunate all the way around. Let's go Crockett.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bottom line is kids are the ones that are going to suffer out all this.
Yep.
And they are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
hopefully everything they're going through, the adversity, it'll pull them through, and they figure out how to play pretty good as a team and continue what they've got started.
Here you go. ChampionJC.com is where you want to get hold of this young lady. And again,
yes.
You can get on there. If I want to pick, let's say I want to look at a Malibu, a blue Malibu. Can I be that specific? It'll
Absolutely.
pop up and show me?
It'll let you know exactly the color, the interior color. You can look at pictures. You can see if it has heated seats or not, and really narrow it down to exactly what you're looking for. Over on the left-hand side of our page, it allows you to say, well, I have to have heated seats. You check the box, and it'll show you everything we've got with heated seats.
Here you go. It's all, again, right here at Champion Chevrolet with this young lady. Before I get off here, I'm not talking about it all this week. PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. The hair is growing to cut it off for cancer patients. It's got to get a little bit longer, and then they're going to be using it for a wig for ladies going through chemo or radiation. I lost a mama and a daddy and a stepmama to cancer, so it's my way of giving back. So check it out, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. You ever had your hair cut for cancer patients?
I have not. I've got enough.
Yeah.
I should, but I have not.
But
I think it's great that you're doing that.
Yeah, there's several, been around speaking to several schools, and some of the little girls have said, we're going to do that. So it can do guys or girls. Pantene, which is a hair product company, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. They give the wigs. Some places will sell the wigs to patients, which I don't think is right. But Pantene will give these wigs to the ladies going through radiation or chemo. So there you go. If Tennessee loses Saturday, is Butch in trouble? Is he in trouble anyway?
I think he's in trouble anyway. I'm not one of those that says fire him. I think we need to finish it out. But, I would love to see them pull through and figure out how to get back on track, because we're really off right now.
Yeah.
Really off. But I bleed orange and white, so I'll be there yelling for them.
There's the quote of the day. We're really off right now. Yeah, the train's off the tracks in Knoxville.
Very much.
All right, give me some taters. Thank you, dear. She's an awesome lady. Appreciate her very much. That's going to do it from here. We're going to come back tonight at 6 o'clock. We're not that far away from come back to the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview show, which we're very excited about doing coming up later on this evening. So we'll be back for that. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Thanks to Kristen. Thanks you to Karen Hubbs from Goliath at the Gorge. Also thank you to Carmichael and also Dave Angie being with us. Appreciate all these folks. Again, we're a little over, but that's okay. We can go as long as we need to. We're on the internet, we're on Facebook, and it's good. So out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Back at it right here at 6 o'clock tonight. Please come back and join us. If you like the show, be sure and like it and share both this show and the show tonight. We'll thank you ahead of time for that, and we'll rejoin you at 6 o'clock tonight for the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview show. Until then, as always, we will tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody, from Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state of Tennessee. So long, everybody.